Alrighty then. Hello to one and all. We are back to Sekiro, and today looks like we are going to be ascending Hirata Estate, which is where we left off at the beginning of the week, and it should be a lot of fun. I'm probably going to actually die a couple of times this time, so I'm looking forward to getting started. Alrighty. Let's get this show on the road. And here we are, we're back in the bamboo thicket. So we're just going to heal up quickly, and then we're going to begin our ascent. So there's a couple enemies in this next area that are more than likely going to kill me, and the first one is at the top near a pagoda, and it should be a pretty cool fight. So let's get stuck into this. So the game offers you two choices here. You can either head up there and into a pretty obvious ambush, or you can head to the left. The left takes us to where the river is that cuts underneath Hirata Estate. So let's just head up that way. As you can see here, we've got a bridge with a couple of guards on it, and if we peek around this side here, you can see there's a guy there, there's a couple of guys in the trees up there, and then you've got a couple of guys just resting here, one of them being an axe guy, another one being a guy with a torch. So we've got those two there, and then we've got this river that cuts underneath the estate, which, as you can see over here, is burning. But this is not our destination. Our destination is just beyond that bridge there. And probably one of the toughest regular enemies in the game. Surprisingly enough, this is not a boss level enemy, but for a lot of new players who find this place, it very much is. So let's jump into the water and head over there. Can't tell you how much I've been looking forward to continuing this playthrough since I started at the beginning of last week. Let's just run over here. Let's grab this guy first. Oh. And he... There we go. It's always worth collecting those if we can. So let's head across, head up, and then work our way up. Okay, so we've got a hidden pathway through here which leads to a wall jumping area, which we can just vault our way over. And what this brings us to is a pagoda. Now, see that purple guy in the standing on the pagoda looking that direction? He's one of the longswordsmen. Now these guys are really quite tough unless you know how to deal with them. I'm more than likely going to die to him because he's quick. I don't have a lot of posture. But let's see how we go. He is fairly predictable once you know how to handle him, but we'll give him a go, eh? And dead. That actually went pretty well. Now, you may have noticed at the very end there, he actually did a thrust attack with his kick, and it actually exposes him to pretty much instant death, as long as you can time it correctly. And, you know, you work your way through most of his posture, and as you can see, I have like 1 hit point left. So that actually went pretty well. So now we have the mystery Shinobi tool that exists in this pagoda. Now, it's a pretty cool tool. I haven't really found much uses for it personally, but The Mistraven Feathers. Now, the Mistraven Feathers, as it quotes, "In Usui Forest, far to the north of Ashina, live many mysterious birds of prey. The Mistraven is the only one to have eluded capture by all who have tried. Should you somehow manage it, you'll find it gone, only feathers in your grasp." Now, it's pretty cool. It allows you to do a short teleportation attack. And, short teleportation, it's really good for evading. The skill upgrades also are pretty useful as well. Now, as you can see here, I've got a couple enemies down here, but I'm not going to risk it. I'm just going to quickly teleport back to the idol. Wrong idol. And might as well get all the upgrades sorted and then return. So that's pretty cool. Let's just grab a couple upgrades. And we'll head back to Hirata and continue our journey northward. Actually, I figure now that we've returned to the dilapidated temple, we might as well just head back to Ashina quickly and pick up the firecrackers, which are extremely useful later in the game. So we want to head to the stairway and then head backwards. So right, first we'll kill this cock. We'll head up this way. Just generally work our way through this. Sneak up on this guy. Hopefully get a decent upgrade drop. Not today. Okay, so we'll head back across this way. Get these firecrackers. Oh, come on. There we go. Alright. Now obviously we want to pick up the firecrackers. So the firecrackers from across the southern seas. Makes a deafening sound, frightening to animals. Sold by little Robert and his father to raise funds for their travels. Their voyage brought them to Japan, where they would seek the Undying in an attempt to extend Robert's life. So we'll pick those ones up. And I don't think we need anything else there. And we got a really cool little bit of lore there. It basically indicates that the firecrackers are useful against animal-based enemies. So what we'll do is we'll teleport back to the temple and equip them, and then we'll head back to Hirata and continue our ascent. I'm still kind of impressed that I managed to beat that long swordsman first try. But there we go. Let's just get in here, have a chat with the sculptor. We'll get this equipped, and then back to Hirata we go. So, like I said last time, a lot of the game is based on learning your enemies, learning how to deflect them and at the right times, and basically finding the most ingenious ways to defeat them. So let's head back to Hirata and the bamboo thickets and proceed from there. So today's stream started a bit earlier, and it's going to go for a bit longer today. So I'm aiming to start around now, and we'll probably be finishing at around 5:30, 6 o'clock AST. So let's run up here. Might as well use this shortcut, as we don't want to let ourselves get ambushed. And now this area up the top is free of the long swordsman, that purple clad guy. So we can use it as a way of getting around our enemies. And also, that's probably one of the most satisfying sounds in the game. Alright, let's head up this way. Oh, there we go. Alright. Oh, maybe he does respawn. Fun. Oh, I'm trapped. Nope. And dead. Nice and easy. Ooh, upgrade material. Dowsing powder. That's actually pretty handy for the fights to come. So what we'll do now is, as you can see here, we got 3 archers and a guy with a torch down there to our left. So we'll jump down here and do an aerial death blow. Oh. I whiffed that. Whoop. Where's the other guy? There he is. Hey, buddy. Nope. Alright. That was nice and easy. Across this bridge and we'll head up to the burning estate. So, these big guys appear throughout the map. They look pretty intimidating, but they're actually pretty simple. They slightly turn some of the game mechanics on their head, as they have a super delayed attack. Now, this delayed attack is something that they end up incorporating into Elden Ring. Oh, with that. There we go. Oh, archer. Bring archers with their homing attacks. Whoa. There we go. Okay, we got a couple of guys with shields here too. Deal with this archer first. Hey, buddy. Alright. That was nice and easy. Okay, so now we'll head up to the burning estate. We'll get a nice bit of story. Now, if you remember correctly, this is the guy from the opening cinematic. His name is Owl, and he's got some important stuff to tell us. So we've received the Hidden Temple Key. The key to the Hidden Temple in the Hirata Estate, given by the Owl. The secret temple is located in the very back of the Hirata Estate. 2. The Lord is absolute. Defend him with your life. If he is taken, bring him back at any cost. Now, if you remember correctly, that's the Shinobi code that was introduced at the start when Sekiro was made Kuro's guardian. Now, the owl, if you remember, was Sekiro's adopted father. So now we're trapped in the middle of a burning estate, and we have to use a little bit of cleverness to get around. So we head up here, and we drop down, and as you can see, there's a bit of a path laid out by the rope bridges there that we have to follow. So let's head back down here. And we'll jump down here. Right, so now we've got to the graveyard. There should be 6 enemies here. Most of them are pretty easy to bait into different sorts of death. So we'll jump down here, sneak up on this guy. Now, you'd think, maybe I should just run through here and grab this guy here, but there's actually a couple of guys standing just behind that rock there, and there's an archer hiding just over here, which is going to open you up to all sorts of hurt that you really, really, really don't want to deal with. So let's head over here and grab this guy. Okay, so there's the 2 guys that I was telling you about. We've got an axe guy and a shield guy. Now, the shield guy is slightly easier to deal with because we do have the axe, so my personal favorite is to run up, kill the axe guy first. Most satisfying animation in the game. Oh. Excuse me, sorry. Oh, camera. Camera, please. Alright, buddy. Oh. Ran into that. Alright, and there's one more guy hitting around here. So we'll jump up here. Stealth. Get the drop on him. Nope. And piece of cake. So now we'll just head through here and we'll get into the estate. Now that guy who came through there actually hides around here, so even if you do try and run through, he can get the drop on you, so try not to let that happen. Another wall jump area. So we come up through this well. Like so. Grab some more oil. And save up. Right, so the next sequence takes us through this area here, and there is a mini-boss, Lord Gyoubu. So let me just have a quick check and see what we've got. And if I'm confident enough to just go through and take him as is. Do I need any skill upgrades, is the question. So I've actually got 3 levels of skill, so I haven't died yet, but normally what happens is when you die, you lose half your money and half your skill experience. I've been pretty fortunate at this point that I haven't got any of that, so what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to pick up Suppressed Presence, because it's going to become pretty handy in this next sequence. And as you can see, it unlocks the 3rd tier abilities, so more Suppressed Sound, Vault Over, which is extremely handy in New Game Plus. It does have its uses in just normal New Game, but New Game Plus, you can use this mechanic pretty effectively. Shinobi Eyes also deals more damage to posture, which increases the chances of getting your instant death blows every time you try it. And then you've got a couple other things here. So mid-air deflection is actually another really, really useful one because projectile attacks hurt, as Sekiro is primarily a melee-based character, and any way to mitigate that damage is extremely helpful. The other big thing is that projectile attacks that hit you while you're in the air actually deal, I'm pretty sure, an extra 50% damage. So any ways of making sure you're not experiencing that damage is really, really helpful. So what we'll do is we'll pick up Whirlwind Slash. It's combat art. I don't really use combat arts. There is one that I pick up, but it's only unlocked after you beat the final boss in 3 of the 4 endings. So yeah, so it's going to tell me about combat arts, and then just run around here. There's going to be an archer just around the corner. Now, you can run through here and draw aggro from all of these enemies, or you can go up to the roofs and do that. I like to do is I crouch, get to here. Now, you're a shinobi, so using stealth is actually a really, really effective way of dealing with a lot of the stuff you have to deal with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run across to here, and then stealth my way through the underground, just under this building, avoiding all of the enemies that I really don't want to get drawn into combat with. And then we'll pop out on this side here. Now, I could go through the building and there's like 4 enemies that I could grab, and there's a whole bunch of different items, but most of them aren't necessary for this sequence, and you can always come back and polish your way through it. I just think it's not very effective use of my time. So, pick up some ceramic shards, and then if we look over here, we have Gyoubu in the distance, guarded by a couple of guys with shields. There's a guy with a torch, there's 2 archers, there's a couple of guys in the building to my left, and I think there's another archer just to my right there as well. And as you can see there's actually an Ashina swordsman who's standing there. Oh, who did I draw aggro from? One of the archers. Me being silly and narrating. Okay, cool. He's forgotten that I exist. Very helpful. We'll wait until this guy forgets as well, and then I'm going to head to the left and start cleaning up the rest of that building. What I enjoy doing with this fight here in particular is taking down every single one of Gyoubu's henchmen before getting the assistance from the Ashina swordsman. So what we're going to do is just going to head to the left, take out these 2 guys over here. He's not going to do anything. Oop, I was wrong. Ow. Don't normally get tricked by that. Right, so I'll head this way. Stealth. Pop a pellet. Okay, so as you can see, you got those 2 guys there, and you got Gyoubu standing by the fog gate. So let's head around this way. Backstab this guy, run back. What we want to do is we want to bait Gyoubu into a death blow. So if we run all the way back, he's going to forget that we exist and reset all of the enemies. This may work, or I may have to go a bit further, or I may just have to fight him. I'm not sure entirely how this is going to work out, but... Okay, good. I don't think he chased me. No, he didn't. Terrific. But what that does is he was originally by that fog gate over there. Now, he's not. Oh, hey buddy. Oh. Shoot. Drawn aggro. Come on. We'll probably have about 5 seconds before Gyoubu appears around that corner. Yep, there he is. Oh, god damn it. Okay, Gyoubu has forgotten I exist. very helpful. This guy hasn't, though. No, maybe he has. Now, the key about this is not panicking, just let the AI use its pathing to take advantage of the situation. So, the reason why I did that before, and I was in the middle of explaining before I drew aggro like an idiot, was Gyoubu actually moves from the fog gate to a little bit further ahead, and what it does is it exposes him to a free and easy stealth death blow, which halves the amount of fighting you're going to have to do against him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue just picking off the guys around him, so I can create a, quote, fair fight. This idiot's going to see me. Okay. Nope. Run. Run, 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 run. Okay, he hasn't seen me. I just have to move far enough away that he's not going to see me. And so far he hasn't. I'll wait for this archer who saw me. Now, the archers I can kind of deal with, so the plan now is to stealth blow Gyoubu, go have a chat with the swordsman to draw a bit aggro, and then... where are we? Alright, I can work with that. Now, Gyoubu, again, looks really big and intimidating, has a whole bunch of sweep attacks. There we go. Stealth attack. Whoa. Where are you? Ow. Let's go kill this guy. Alright, let's go deal with Gyoubu. No thanks. Whoa, sweep attack. And he's dead. And he's dead. And we got ourselves another prayer beat, which is kind of cool. So, grab that. And this opens up this. Now, unfortunately, I didn't keep Nogami alive. Poor guy died over here somewhere. He offers just a little bit extra dialogue. Now, I'll probably do a straight up fight with Gyoubu later in the playthrough, so you can have an idea of how that fight works. And there's a couple of other drunkards in the game that we can use to fight as well. But here, we're finally in the estate. The hidden temple is at the back of it, and as you can see, the attack has gone pretty badly for the Ashina, and there's a whole bunch of swordsmen who have died in the area. So what we'll do is we'll pick up this here, and I'll show you one of the first secrets in the game. So we'll rest here. Alright, so around here we have the old lady from Ashina's stairwell 3 years later. So let's have a chat with her.
次から次へと止めどの若様がお屋敷の奥にわしのせがれが伊之助が向かったゆえ無事と思うがはぐれ忍びよ念のためじゃお主も若様をお救いに行っておくれ。
Alright, so she's offered us a little bit of information. She knows that Kuro, who was here as a part of the Dragon Spring pilgrimage, has been taken and is now trapped in the hidden temple, which is just down that corridor there. But first, I'll show you one of the secrets that should be pretty well known. So I'll show you anyway. It's pretty cool, and it's actually a pretty useful thing to know. So there's a couple of guys hiding behind here. So I'll work my way through here. I'll cut them down, and then I'll show you. Bam. Hey guys. Hey buddy. Alright, so there's this really interesting thing that you can find. Where are we? Oh, pick up this pellet. Oh, where was it? Alright, so you cut down this door here, and then you look to your right, and you see this. Now this looks like just a normal door, not door, right? Just a normal piece of wall. But if you hug the wall, you know, because walls occasionally need, you know, a little bit of TLC, secret door. And in the secret door, there's a couple of items here, but more importantly, there's a chest. And the chest is almost secret as well. You just have to cut your way through this folding screen, and here it is. And it should be another, it's a prayer bead. Yeah. So now I finally got 4 prayer beads, which means I'm going to be able to increase my health and posture, which is going to come pretty handy with the first major boss of the game. But we'll just run through here, we'll grab the rest of the items. Divine confetti. Now, the paper is made ceremoniously, whereby pulp is spread thin using water from the exalted fountainhead. Now, that's pretty important, and it's something that we're going to explore a little bit later in the game. As the gods bless the waters, so too will the confetti bless one who basks in its touch, allowing attacks to connect with apparition-type enemies. So this is, if I remember correctly, the first indication that we have enemies that are not just normal flesh and blood mortals. And those enemies require the confetti to actually deal them damage. So apparitions like ghostly type figures, figures of terror and fear. We'll come into them later, but we pick up 2 of those, and then grab these items here as well. A bit more money, and then we'll head back out through here. We'll get our first upgrade, and then we'll go fight the first boss of this, well, the main boss of this area. So we will enhance physical attributes. First, prayer necklace. Loose prayer beads strung together in offering to a sculptor's idol increases maximum vitality and posture. A prayer bead necklace befits the strong. The ferocity of Ashina's army is renowned throughout the nation. Its generals are especially talented, every one of them accomplished in the Ashina sword style. Now, most of the prayer necklaces that you make after collecting the prayer beads adds a little bit of lore and helps you understand the environment that you're fighting in. And at this point in time, a majority of the prayer beads should have come from generals that you've defeated. Now, I haven't exactly beaten just generals, but you can kind of see where I'm going with this. It adds just that little bit of extra understanding as to what the world is. So now, I'm going to rest up, and we'll take down this first boss. Alright. Hey, buddy. And here's Inosuke. Now, you might remember Inosuke, he was kind of in this situation when we left him at the Ashina stairwell. He's going to offer us a little bit of information about the type of enemy that we're going to be fighting. So, Inosuke has given us a snap seed, a Fumort seed that makes a loud noise if you snap them, useful for breaking the effect of illusion techniques. If an illusion occurs, it is because someone created it. To crush the phantoms and return to reality, one must defeat the creator of the illusion. Snap seeds can be of great help in that regard. Now, he gives you a limited number of these items, and they're meant to assist when you need to defeat the illusions that we're about to face. Now, they're not necessary, and I'm going to show you how you don't need to use them, but they are handy if you want to speedrun the boss and deal with it in a much more timely sort of fashion. So, we'll use the hidden key, and we'll get our next bit of lore. We've got Lord Kuro here, not having a good time in a burning temple lined with statues of the Buddha. Okay, so the game wants to remind us that vitality and posture are super important elements of the game, and the more that you lower vitality, the less likely the posture gauge is going to recover quicker. So as you can see here, the lower the one's vitality, the slower their posture recovers. The posture gauge's color gets redder as the recovery rate slows. Vitality damaging techniques such as dodge counterattack are ideal against enemies with fast posture recovery. Once enemy vitality is low, posture damaging moves become effective. So, here we go. That's a throw. Oh. First one down. Now she's going to drop down from over here, so I'm just going to run around, give her a bit of space. Pop a heal. Oh, where'd she drop? Oh, is she up there still? God damn it. She didn't drop down. That's kind of awkward. Stay away from me. So, you don't have to deal with these illusions in about 20 to 40 seconds. She's going to summon them away. And if you line yourself up against these pillars right, the butterflies that form don't actually hit you. Okay. Jump. Heal up. Stay away from these guys. Come on. Okay. Let's head down this way. And she didn't get rid of all of them. Terrific. Where'd you go? There you are. Jump. Out of the way. Pop a heal. Let's not deal with this. Ow. Get rid of these guys. Pop a heal. Jump. 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 Nope. That was a throw. Oh, God's sake. Again? Let's see if I can't do this. Nope. Ow. And that's the thing, like, you only get gifted one snap seed initially. So the easiest way is just to avoid these guys until she does this. Position yourself correctly. Lift it. Ow. Excuse me. Ow. Ow. I have 1 heal left. This is not... Well, this is interesting, at least. Nope. Ow. Ow, ow, ow. No thanks. Oh, for God's sake. Nope. Nope. Ow. And there's my first death. Hooray! I finally got there. Now it'll prompt me to do a resurrection. And now we get to the base mechanic of the game. I'll pop a resurrect. Ow. No thanks. Oh, she's really spamming it at the moment. Super fun. Where are we? Nope. Yeah, alright. Hold up, hold up. Okay, she's almost dead though, on the plus side. God damn it. Some of these are going to hit me. Alright. Come on. And the sweep. Yeah. Awesome. I got so close. I got so close to 0 deaths. Ah well, that's alright. Let's just run down and deal with this. Alright. And the sweep. Oh yeah. That was quick. Pop a heal. Nope. That's a little bit better. Alright, now hopefully she's actually going to drop down this time. Before, she stayed up there. It's kind of annoying. There we go. Free posture damage. Ow. Oh, for God's sake. Stay away from me. This is fun. She's being a lot more aggressive than she usually is. Oh boy. Alright, where'd you go? Oh, there. Please target. No thanks. Ow. Heal up. Ow. God's sake. Do I even have any heals left? I do. Excuse me, guys. Urgh. And I'm probably gonna die now. Run, 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 run. Alright, where'd you go? Ah, camera. Posture. Come on. Excuse me. Oh. Nope, wrong way, wrong way, wrong way. No, no. Nope. God damn it. Oh, wow. That was fun. That was fun. That was close. Oh, oh boy. Alright. Let's give this another go. Ow. Heal up. Well, that was fun. Oh boy. I'm whiffing my blocks. Again? Right. Let's try not to derp this next next phase. Wow. It's kind of awkward. Excuse me? Hey lads. Whoop. There we go. Ow, 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 ow. Ow, ow, excuse me. Ow! Ow. Yep. Oh boy. That was rough. Funny thing is, I know this fight. I'm having a bit of a rough go at it at the moment. Alright. So, Unseen Aid. Half of skill experience and sen are lost upon defeat or death. But there is a way to avoid it. Avoid this on rare occasions. Through the unseen aid of gods and Buddha, one may be spared this loss. The chances of receiving unseen aid can be seen in the pause menu. So, here we go again. Alright. Sit down and try this again. Oh, excuse me. Come on. No thanks. Oh. Nope. Get rid of that posture. Get rid of that posture. Let's see if I can actually get this done right the first time. Excuse me? For God's sake. Yes, fun for who? Whoop, sorry. No, 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 no. Ow. Excuse me? Oh. Oh. Excuse me. Heal up. Nope. Nope. Three posture damage. Oh, come on. Excuse me? Nope. No, 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 no. Nope. Nope. Excuse me? Oh. With the block. Nope. Nope. Excuse me. Whoa. Heal up. Oh, come on. Sure. I'll take that. Oh, there you are. Oh. Nope. Nope. Oh, come on. Nope. Nope. Ow. Oh, that was close. Yeesh. Excuse me? Nope. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. There we go. 3 attempts, but we got there. Or was it 4? I think it's 4. Ooh. That was rough. But that is one of the first main bosses of the game. Lady Butterfly. The lingering battle memory of an extraordinary foe, lingering in the mind of the wolf. Commune with a sculptor's idol to confront memories of battle to permanently increase attack power. The Phantom Lady Butterfly was a seasoned practitioner of illusions. Alright, I'm just quickly going to... I'll be back in a sec. And we're back. Oh. And we've also received the Sakura Droplet, a pale pink crystal residue, known to form when an immortal oath fails to establish. It increases resurrective power, allowing 1 additional resurrection. To repeat the vows of the Undying and be awarded resurrective power, once more surely necessitates the aid of a divine child of the dragon's heritage. So another pretty useful bit of lore. And yeah, so we've at this point we have finished Hirata Estate, and we're going to return to Ashina to work our way through the next section of the game. But first, cutscene. Reflection of Strength. You have defeated an extraordinary foe, who can now be faced once again in memory. Reflection of Strength can be accessed via the Sculptor's Idol menu. Basically, it allows you to refight bosses, but got a cutscene. And so we return to the Ashina outskirts, where we can have a chat with the sculptor about some stuff. And as you can see, due to the events of finishing Hirata Estate, we gained a couple of levels, so they're going to come in pretty handy. So let's pick up those now. Alright, so now we've got the option of giving me a drink. A couple of characters in the game you have the ability to offer sake to, and they offer you extra tidbits of information about the lore of the game. So we picked up the unrefined sake when we defeated Lord Juzo, and we can give it to the sculptor and he will divulge a few things that he might not have otherwise. So we've got our first tantalizing hints at the Shura. So the Shura is basically a demon of chaos, filled with hatred and rage, and actually has quite a important part to play in the storyline, as you do get a choice later which can lead you down that dark path. I don't like to use analogies, but it's not dissimilar to the dark side of the Force. So that's some pretty interesting stuff. Now that we finished Hirata Estate, we defeated Lady Butterfly, one of Sekiro's teachers. It's how he understood how the illusions worked, and it's why she complimented him at the end of the fight and told him that she was proud of what he'd learnt. So what we'll do now is we'll head back to the Ashina staircase and fight probably one of my least favorite mini-bosses, but there are a few things you can actually do to make the fight a little bit easier, which I'll show you. But before we do that, we're going to grab a few level ups. See if Emma's got anything extra to share to us. Alright, so we learned another couple of pretty interesting things about the lore just then. As you saw at the end of the Hirata Estate section, Kuro valiantly stepped in and offered his blood to grant Sekiro the ability to rise again and give him the resurrective abilities of the dragon's heritage. And that was the ability you saw me utilize several times when I died. Basically, it allows you to die twice, as the game's tagline would tell you. And it is this particular power which basically every part of the game revolves around. It's about those who would use that dragon's heritage for their own ends. And it also deals with Sekiro having the power and Lord Kuro ultimately deciding what he wants to do with it. And that's what the endings in the game basically guide you towards. Some of them more easy than the others. And as you can see here, the grey in Sekiro, like the rotting sort of skin, the necrotizing skin, is meant to resemble not a birthmark, but that dragon's heritage. Right, so another useful tidbit of lore, that something that we knew from the very start, that Kuro is being kept in the keep in Ashina Castle, and that's our next destination. So the next part of this playthrough is going to cover working our way up Ashina Castle and fighting the various bosses.
俺はひとたび死んだ。だが巫女様の声が聞こえ、気づけば再び生きていた。
ひとたび死に今再び生きているならば、それは快晴でしょう。
快晴。
九郎様に流因の巫女の力と言われています。快晴の力を与えられた者は死してなおよみがえる幾度でも。
バカ。
はい、おかしなことです。ですが現に起きている。また変わったことがあれば知らせてください。快晴の力は何も見返りを求めぬとは思えぬのです。
Alright, so again, just more useful understanding of the storyline. That the dragon's blood allows you to resurrect continually, but it doesn't come without a cost. So, we'll get to the stairwell. Enhancing attack power. The Enhance Attack Power option has been unlocked in the Sculptor's Idol menu. You can now consume battle memories to increase your attack power, causing you to deal more vitality and posture damage with your attacks. Now, unlike most other FromSoft games, you don't have upgrades for all of the assorted weaponry that you get. Instead, your attack power actually improves upon defeating major bosses in the game. Each one of these bosses provides you with a memory. Each memory unlock is the equivalent of one of those magic upgrades, and if I remember correctly, there are, I want to say 16 major enemies in the game, which means by the end of your first playthrough you should have somewhere in the region of 12 to 16. And Reflection of Strength. So the Reflection of Strength menu has been unlocked. From this menu, you can relive battles against extraordinary foes that have been previously defeated. Basically, it allows you to refight bosses without the necessity of working your way through the entire game again. It's good if you just want to practice a boss, and at the end of the game, it actually unlocks a gauntlet with slight variations to every boss, which is actually pretty fun. Alright, so what we'll do now is we'll enhance attack power, confront the memory of Lady Butterfly. Remnant, Lady Butterfly. The battle memory of an extraordinary foe. Although distant, recollection of such a memory provided sustenance for the wolf. The phantom Lady Butterfly was appointed by the wolf's foster father as one of his mentors in shinobi techniques. These mentors employed strict methods. The cultivation of shinobi techniques can only be achieved in the midst of battle. So that's pretty cool. We've got that upgrade, and now what we're going to do is we're going to travel to the stairway, and you're probably going to see me die a couple times, which should be super fun. Alright, so here we are, Ashina outskirts. Our target is that gentleman there tied up to that barricade. But before that, there's a couple of guys over here that are having a conversation about how things are going in Ashina. It's pretty useful to hear what they've got to say. So let's do that. But before I do any of that, let's unequip those. I'm going to equip Gaichin Sugar. So, like I said in my last stream, Gaichin Sugar, extremely useful. It suppresses sound and presence for a time, making the user harder to detect. Now, you can stealth your way through the game, and it is extremely satisfying. But this Gaichin Sugar that we picked up not too far from where we are right now is actually extremely useful when it comes to the ogre we're about to fight, because it allows us to get a free death blow on him. So we'll grab one of those. I'm going to equip the oil. So, oil is kind of one of those weird items where you get a lot of it. A lot of people don't use a lot of it. But if you hit an opponent with it before you strike them with the flame vent, what happens is it inflicts the burn status and damage at a much higher rate. So I'm sure you can see where I'm going with this. I find one of the easiest ways of dealing with the ogre, who does have a fear of fire, as we're about to learn, is to get that stealth death blow off and then set him on fire. Sounds cruel, but it's extremely effective. Okay, so let's have a listen. Okay, so basically it's afraid of fire, and the Ashina are going to great lengths to prepare for battle, which is why they've been hired, and these soldiers are not too happy being placed so close to this ogre. So let's deal with these boys. Go straight into a Gaichin sugar. Equip my oil. Head up to this boy. Get my death blow. So grab attacks cannot be deflected. You take serious damage. So at this point in the game, if you get grabbed by it, you are basically dead at this point. So there's a couple of ways to avoid it. You can jump away from it, you can sprint away from it, and you can step dodge away from it. And that got me. Ouch. And ouch. Heal up. Could you stop spamming that? Please stop spamming that. Nope. God damn it, I'm dead. Wow. Grab my resurrect again. Yep. So defeating the ogre grants us another prayer bead, which, as I explained before, gives us access to increased health and vitality. And the other important thing that this guy grants us is the Shinobi Medicine Rank 1. So a latent skill that increases the healing effect of recovery items. Medicinal knowledge is vital for a shinobi's survival. Receiving wounds in battle is inevitable. The only way to learn such techniques is to be gravely injured time and again by worthy opponents. So, if you're familiar with Dragon Ball lore, that's kind of like the Zenkai boost. The more hurt you get, the better you know how to deal with it. And again, this sort of replaces the mechanic that is in most other FromSoft titles, where you gain upgraded materials to increase the potency of your healing potions, effectively. And I think it really suits the game, because the game is all about mastery of your skills versus your opponents. And by granting you this, it's kind of shows that you know how to handle the fight. So we beat him, and that gives us access to this building up here. And there's probably another important thing to mention, that at this gateway here where you fight the ogre, it's super important to keep him on the stairwell, because if you accidentally draw him too far over this way, You have this guy with the spear. Ow. And I whiffed my Mahiri counter. Whoops. Mibu Balloon of Wealth. And what we'll do is we'll head up here. We'll grab our Nightjar monocle, so we've got a way of seeing things in the distance. So, Nightjar monocular, a bamboo tube used to see distant objects. While the shinobi already have good vision, looking through this tube with one eye enables one to see even further. The Nightjar ninja serve Isshin Ashina. As you know, Isshin is the leader of the Ashina, and he's got some ninja that serve him. They guard the rooftops of Ashina Castle, so it's letting us know what to expect. Their sharp eyes on the lookout for any would-be trespassers. Not much escapes the eyes of a nightjar. Okay, and then we've got this entryway here, where we've got another general waiting down there with a whole bunch of guys around him. But we can avoid most of these guys, so we're just going to head to the left. Pick up another gourd seed so we can get more healing. And a ceramic shard. So what we're going to do next is we're going to run past all of these guys to get to the next idol, and then work our way back through to fight the general. So what you do is you run past these guys here. You drop down this side here and idle. We'll rest up and then we'll head back. Okay, and now most of these guys have totally forgotten I exist, so we'll just sneak our way past them all. Work our way up here, get rid of this guy. Crouch. Let's try and get them to forget that we even exist. We'll kill this general, then we'll head back to the temple. We'll gain our upgrade for our healing gourd, and then work our way forward from there. Get this guy. Oh, hey guys. Ow. Okay. Where's the general? Let's go deal with him. Oh. And he saw me. Alright. Go on then, buddy. Ouch. I have to deal with this gun boy. Regain my heal, my res. Ouch. No, you don't. Sweet. Oh, no you don't. Sweet. We just got ourselves another prayer bead for defeating another general. And now we'll head back down that pathway. So, the reason we're heading down this way is because we need to get to Ashina Gate. And Ashina Gate is only accessible through the Underbridge Valley. Because, you may have noticed, the bridge is destroyed. And our target is up on that other side there. So we have to drop all the way down here to work our way up to that building there. So we'll drop down and we'll come across probably one of the coolest scenes in quite a few games. So we'll run all the way down here, grab that, jump down here, grab that, run through here. The reason we wanted to do it that way is this boy. Giant snake boy. Just going to avoid him, hug the wall here. And snaky boy is going to keep an eye out for us. So we just have to take it nice and patiently. Once he looks away, we're going to sneak over to this wedding palanquin and experience one of the more bloody scenes in this game. So we just gotta wait for him to get closer. Here we are, he's going to investigate what's going on, and then... blam! And now we run. Work our way up here. From Angry Snake Boy, and then you get to see Snake Boy move away. Now, the snake is actually really important for the quest that I'm doing, the Dragon Purification. So the Dragon Purification requires 2 snake hearts, which we'll learn fairly soon, but right now we're ascending to the Ashina Gate. So we'll head our way over here. We'll heal up. We'll go and kill this boy over here. Got a goblin boy looking down. Ow. The Herb Catalogue Scrap. A page torn from the Ashina Herb Catalogue, a compendium of flowers and herbs. The snapseed naturally grows in ravines and deep valleys. According to the denizens of the Sunken Valley, such places are appropriate for offering oneself in marriage to the Great Serpent. If one wishes to become a bride, they must enter the belly of the serpent in the valley. So, that explains the wedding palanquin that we saw down there before our escape, as you can see down there. So this belief that, to gain access to the Great Serpent, one must offer themselves, explains why that's down there. And this is one of the 2 palanquins that can be found in the game. The second one also has a transitive effect, as it takes us somewhere rather amazing. But we'll get there when we get there. Next, we are heading up, and we're going to fight the second major boss of the game. Now, for some people, this is their first. And what we can do is we can fight our way through this area here, but it's mostly unnecessary, as our destination is that plume of smoke over there. So what we'll do is we'll drop down here, We'll listen to maybe the most tragic of all of the eavesdropping that you can do. Now, this little bit of eavesdropping is actually really, really useful, and it's an indication of the enemy that we're about to fight. The horse startled itself, basically. It panicked as soon as it got a little bit of gunpowder, which is our indication to equip the firecrackers, which unleash an explosive flash, which briefly blinds foes and inflicts posture damage on beast-type enemies. So that's our indication that we need to equip this to help deal with the boss that we're about to fight. We can get rid of most of the other stuff on our quick items bar, and we can go and fight our new opponent. So we'll sneak our way through here. This also serves as a bit of a speedrun route. You can actually head your way through here. And you even come across perhaps the most nefarious boss in all of the FromSoft games. Does not open from this side. It's kind of funny if you appreciate like Elden Ring, for example. It's a good example of that as well. So what we'll do now is we'll jump across here, and then we're heading down to fight this next boss. So we've got our firecrackers equipped, and we're ready for it. Let's go.
Gyoubu Masataka Oniwa.
Ouch. I did not target him. Excuse me. Ouch. Up we go. And we're done. So that, briefly, was Gyoubu Masataka Oniwa. Memory. The battle memory of an extraordinary foe, lingering in the mind of the wolf. Commune with a sculptor's idol to confront the memories of battle to permanently increase attack power. Gyoubu Masataka Oniwa was keeper of the Ashina castle gate. We've also got another very, very important item as well, the mechanical barrel. A metal barrel that can be given to the sculptor to enable the prosthetic tool upgrades. It appears to have been made to fit perfectly inside the wrist bone of the Shinobi prosthetic. A reinforced core is sure to make a Shinobi's fangs even sharper. So this is the reason why we need to pick up all of the upgrade materials, because it allows us to improve the tools that we have. So grab that. Prosthetic tool upgrades, which basically explain everything that the mechanical barrel explained just before. So what we'll do now is we will head to the gate and the sculptor's idol. So rest up here, we'll get our upgrade, and then we will head back to the temple. So enhance attack power, confront memory, Gyoubu. Remnant, Gyoubu. The battle memory of an extraordinary foe. Gyoubu Oniwa once led a group of infamous bandits, but was defeated by Isshin, who was so captivated by his show of strength that he took him on as an Ashina warrior. Oniwa would later go on to become Genichiro Ashina's most trusted retainer. So, basically, Gyoubu was meant to be your first challenge to getting to Lord Kuru in defense of Genichiro. And as you saw at the Shinobi execution, he was apologizing to Genichiro for his failure. So now we have attack power 3 and 7 levels of skill. So what we'll do now is we'll travel back to the temple and we'll get these upgrades started. Some of these upgrades are extremely useful, but let's head back and we'll get some more lore.
使えそうな筒薬を見つけたら持ってくるといい。
Okay, so now we've got the barrel fitted to the prosthetic, which allows us to do upgrades. So now when we present it, we can upgrade it. And now, prosthetic tool upgrades. In the prosthetic tool upgrade menu, upgrade materials and sen can be spent to create upgraded versions of prosthetic tools. So each of these tools gets assorted upgrades which actually improve the efficacy of what they can do. They also improve, well, the types of effects that they can generate. For example, the spinning shuriken allows you to damage the enemy multiple times, which basically allows you to stun certain enemies. And the spring-loaded firecracker, upgraded with a spring mechanism, unleashes a loud explosion and bright flash which causes foes to recoil and inflict posture damage on beast-type enemies. Now, the firecracker is extremely useful when it comes to dealing with multiple opponents. Say you've unfortunately dragged yourself into a situation where you've got multiple opponents in front of you, you can very easily distract them and gain a little bit of advantage. But for the purposes of this, I don't have enough upgrade materials for either, despite the fact that I have enough money. So... Alright, so what we'll do now is we'll head back to the gateway and we'll meet another pretty important character. See if Emma has anything more to share. So we'll give her another gourd seed, which we picked up earlier. We'll see if she's got anything extra to share. Cool. Alrighty then, so we'll rest up and we'll head back to the gate. Alright, so here we are, back at the Ashina Outskirts Gateway. Now, the game insists that you open up this doorway, and we will, very, very shortly, but the first thing we're going to do is we're going to run back this way to this castle on this side. The first thing you notice is that the purple-clad longswordsmen, men of the ministry, are pretty much dead everywhere in the lead up to this doorway. And here we see a crouched figure, a fairly tall one, over another one of the ministry warriors. So we'll put our sword away and we'll have a chat. So this quest is actually pretty important. It's pretty easy, but it's pretty important because you actually get a skill text at the end of it, which allows you some very, very useful skills. So we're going to accept this, and this is the whole reason why we came this way first. So, the rat description. A description of the rats that have snuck into Ashina. Speak to the Tengu again once the rats are dealt with. The rats, they're assassins from Senpo Temple. They are short stature and they wear bamboo hats. There's a number of them lurking around, and they've last been seen at the Ashina Castle Gate. So when we return to the gate, we will find them, kill them, and then return to the Tengu. Right, so now that we have the rat description, we can see if he's got anything more to share. So something you may have just learned is that the Tengu of Ashina is incredibly focused on his goals, and when his true identity is revealed later, you'll understand why that is. So, first thing we'll do is we'll head this way. We'll open up this gate. And then if we head to the left, you'll see that's where Onikage was, and his horse. The next thing we want to do is actually head up. So one of the things I really love about this game is just how vertical it is. How it encourages you to continue heading upward, which is something that they definitely brought back for Elden Ring, but in this game it's just a spectacular addition. Just how quick and fluid the game is, how easy it is to traverse the environment. But the reason we came up here is for this chest over here, which has another prayer bead. So we'll pick this one up. So now we have 3 in our possession. We're going to pick up a 4th very, very soon. Another mini boss is on the horizon, and this is one of the more interesting mini bosses that we have to deal with. So we'll head back down. Oh. And now we'll head out the way we came in, but we're going to turn left because there's another memorial mob just around the corner here. And this guy is pretty important. And you'll see why in a second. So this memorial mob has a gourd seed on them for 1,000 sen. So I am short 476. So I'm going to have to collect that before I come back. But fortunately, the quest that Ishin provided us is going to give us quite a bit of wealth. So we'll go and grab ourselves another 400 sen, and we'll do so pretty quickly. So we're just going to leap off here, and we're going to head over to this gateway and open it up. Now there's a couple of things you can do in this situation here, but the game is insisting that you head up this way. And it's the path I'm going to follow initially. And before you know it, go with a gun. So deal with him. And he's actually a really good source of money and upgrade materials, especially early upgrade materials. But what we want to do is, instead of heading that way and up through that doorway there, you can skip past basically all of it. I mean, if it's something that you want to do, then by all means, but it's not necessary. But you want to head to the right, drop into a crouch, and there's a couple of rats over there, which you can charge in and, you know, do what you will. But if you do, you won't realize that there's another one hiding just behind this tree here ready to ambush you. So it's a perfect chance for you to just creep in, kill him. Now this is where I'm going to farm for a little bit until I have 1,000 sen so I can afford that seed. But let's have a listen and hear what the rats have to say. So what we've learnt here is that the rats are actually serving Genichiro, and the Tengu of Ashina is actively working against them. So there's one actually really cool thing about these particular rats. The shape of their bamboo hats basically acts like a shield. So because it acts like a shield, you can actually equip an axe to crack through it. So I'm going to sneak up on this guy and kill him. So he always drops a black gunpowder, which is, you know, more upgrade materials than ever a bad thing. They also have this fascination for poison, and they have a unblockable grab. So what we're going to do is one hit kill them. Grab all of that stuff there. So as you can see, killing 3 of them gives you around 120 sen per attempt. So I'm only going to have to do this like 4 times. So grab those pellets, and then it's just a matter of jumping over the wall, dropping down, and resting up to do it again. So we'll do this until we've got 1,000 sen. Go grab that gourd seed. We'll probably even get an extra level out of this as well. So we'll just quickly run through and do this a few times before we proceed onward. And that's the unblockable grab. And there's our level up. These guys are also a really good source of pellets and gaichin sugars. Now, gaichin sugars have a couple of uses, like the ogre earlier. I mean, it's definitely worth collecting if you have a use for it. There is one other particular area I've just remembered, which it becomes really, really useful to have. But we're not there yet, so we don't have to worry too much about it. So we'll rest up, figure out how many more times we have to work our way through this before we head back. So 8-16, which means we probably have 2 more runs of this to do, and then we'll go grab that gourd seed. Hop up, jump over, crouch. So these were the 3 rats that we needed to kill for the Tengu. So we'll head back and grab that skill text shortly. We'll just grab the rest of this money, save us a trip. Grab this stuff. So we need 1 more run. We may even just have to kill that one guy with the gun. Let's have a look. Is it going to be enough? No, it isn't. So we'll have to kill these 3 rats 1 more time. There we go, just got our 1,000 sen. Instead of resting now, we're just going to run back to the Tengu. We'll get him to give us the skill text, and then we'll go and have a chat with the memorial mob for the gourd seed. Then we'll head back to the temple. We will grab that extra gourd seed, and then we'll fight the next boss. The Ashina Esoteric Text, a compendium of the Ashina sword style, allows one to learn Ashina style skills. The text reads like a history of Isshin Ashina's battles. When young, Isshin fought desperately time and again, polishing his technique in the blood of his enemies. He consolidated his learnings under the Ashina style name for the sake of his clan's dominance. It's pretty cool. Just adjust this camera a little bit. Right, so now we've got that, we'll head back out, we'll go grab this gourd seed. And then I'll show you the easy way of avoiding a whole bunch of fighting that could be useful, but it's, in my opinion, it's just easy to avoid. So we'll grab the dragon's blood droplet. It will come in handy later. Oh wait, no, I can't afford it with the gourd seed. So we'll grab this. Now, the dragon's blood droplet comes in pretty handy if you find yourself dying a lot, because it'll actually open up a secondary sort of quest line for Emma, and you'll learn quite a bit from it. But either way, what we'll do now is I will homeward idle to the temple. We'll get this gourd seed upgrade, and then we will go fight the next boss. Alright, so let's have a chat with Emma. We'll give her the gourd seed, grab our upgrade, and then what we'll do is we'll go fight this boss. Rest up. Travel to the gate. Alright, so this next boss, there are two things you need to know about it if you've never played the game before, and if you have, there's a couple of easy ways of dealing with said boss. Number one, don't be afraid to deflect the next boss's attacks. It might seem a little counterintuitive at first, but if you've got the right items, you can work your way through it without too much trouble. First thing you want to equip is the Shinobi Firecracker, which tells you that it's a beast type enemy. The second thing you want to equip is Dousing Powder. So Dousing Powder heals the burn status abnormality and decreases burn buildup, increases burn resistance, and reduces damage from incoming burn attacks. That's pretty self-explanatory. We'll equip those because they're definitely going to come in handy. Alright, so you got two ways of going through this particular section. Oop, ouch. Now, what you could do, and what a lot of people do their first playthrough, hell, I did it a few times, is you drop down here, you kill these two guys here. There's actually a guy with 3 dogs at that stairwell there. And then through there, you've got a couple of big guys, you've got a couple of smaller guys, you've got a spear guy, and you can work your way through it. You can even do some fancy Batman-esque sort of stuff where you work your way through the walls and you just stealth kill a majority of the enemies. Tedious, I know. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop down onto this wall here. We're going to work our way around. We're going to jump onto there. And jump up here. And then, if you head over this way and then swing a right, you've got a ramp here which you can just jump from one side to the next. And what that does is it leads us up to this pagoda here, which has a bit of money. And then what you can do is you can drop over this side here. And voila, you've just skipped this entire sequence. So you can eavesdrop on these guys here. Alright, so there's something bashing down a door somewhere that these two guards are pretty cautious about. So it doesn't matter which order you kill these two here, provided you've got Mercury dodge, Mercury counter, it's pretty trivial. Let's take this guy out first. And we'll sneak our way up here. Alright, so now we're in Ashina Castle and there's something battering down the door over there. We'll kill this guy, sneak around this way, and then crash and bash the Blazing Bull. So, whoop, excuse me, whoop, heal up, and you can deflect. You can deflect. You can even deflect that. And provided you maintain your distance, you can bait him into that charge attack every single time. Deflect. Deflect, deflect. Missed it. Oh, time to get away. Heal up. Deflect. Whoa. Deflect. 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 And it's as easy as that. Now, when I first fought that one originally, I ran away from it. I let it chase me around, but it's just easier, like a majority of the bosses you end up fighting in the game, to just stand in front of them, deflect them, and use the tools that you've got to, you know, beat them. It's super easy, it's super simple, it's just a matter of learning how they work. So the other cool thing about this particular fight is that you learn the Shinobi Medicine rank 2, which increases the healing effect of your items again. So pretty sure that's the only other one that you get in the game. There might be one more of them, but you've got both of those. And I don't know about you, but I always feel bad about defeating it. It was put in a situation it didn't need to, and it was goaded into a fight that it didn't want. But that's the Blazing Bull. So these two guys are going to run in and be like, what the hell's going on? Spear guy usually comes first. And the sword guy. Piece of cake. So I'm going to show you a pretty cool sort of effect. I think I've got all the items I need for it. And it's not a thing a lot of people probably realized you could do. But as long as you've got 3 Mibu balloons of different colors, what you can do is you can equip all of them. And this is the first character that you meet. It gives you an indication that there are multiple endings to the game, and she tells you the first steps you need to take in order to do so. But you defeat the Blazing Bull, you come to the bridge before the castle. And there's this old woman here praying. So you can approach her. And you can talk to her. Right, so you learn that there's a very important person in Senpo Castle. So if you look over this way here, you can actually see red leaves. So that's indicative of Senpo Temple through this doorway here. It's also the first indication that you've got 3 different locations you can head to once you get to this point in the game. The game will tell you initially that you have to head up the castle to save Lord Kuru, but that isn't necessarily something you have to do. You can head to the west to Mount Kongo and Senpo Temple and work your way through a majority of the bosses there, but then you do end up facing a wall in which you need to come back and defeat Lord Genichiro. So that's one of the directions you can face. Second direction is if you head to the east, and that takes you to Mibu Village. Actually, no, the east? I think it might be slightly on the other side of the west. Basically, you can return to the original area of the game, Ashina Reservoir, There's a couple of bosses there that you can fight, and it leads you to Mibu Village, which is a second location that you're eventually going to have to go to anyway. You can go to both of these places from getting to this point in the game, and it's entirely up to you which direction you want to go in. Third, there is a merchant on the eastern side of the castle that you need to save by murdering your way through every single samurai and mercenary that's in that area, and then you gain access to a merchant in your home area. So you can do all of those things, but to go back to the interesting sort of secret that is a part of the game at this point. If you equip all 3 different balloons, what you can do is you can trigger them one at a time, and you get a response for every single one. So if you pop the Mibu balloon of wealth, you get Ungo Sugar, which allows you to reduce the amount of vitality damage taken from physical attacks. If you pop the possession balloon, you get Arco Sugar. Now, Arco Sugar increases your attack power for some time, which can come in handy depending on the opponent that you're facing. And then finally, if you offer a third balloon, in this case it's the Balloon of Soul, you get offered the Divine Confetti, which, as I explained before, is extremely handy against a good 7 bosses in the game. All of them I'll be fighting at some point during this playthrough, none of which I'll probably enjoy overly much, but it's part of the game, and I do love this game, so we'll work our way through them. So this is the first description that we have of the divine child. So we've got Lord Kuru, who is the Sekiro's lord, and he has the dragon's heritage. But now we learn that there is a divine child, and they live at Senpu Temple. This is the first indicator of one of the extra endings of the game, and this character here, the old prayer woman, she is going to help us achieve that goal, because the next time we see her, she's actually moved from this point to Senpu Temple, but we'll get to that pretty shortly. Either way, we'll save up here, and then I think we're going to head to the reservoir. The first thing we'll do is we'll enhance our physical attributes. The second prayer necklace. In Ashina, there is a towering pink ogre of a man, said to have gone red-eyed and run amok before he was long shut away in a forsaken dungeon. So, another indicator of an area of the game we have yet to arrive at, and we should be doing pretty soon. Right, so grab that upgrade. I think we'll rest up. And then we will unequip the balloons. So the game initially will want us to go up there and fight that general with the 4 gun guys. It's definitely something we can do. It's not something I'm going to be doing in this playthrough, because I want to show you something that is slightly different if you head to Senpu Temple first. So what we'll do is we'll touch this remnant and have a listen. And this particular part of the lore is really, really cool. I mean, basically we learned that the reed whistle has another use in the story. Initially it was so that Kuru could be called to escape Ashina. Now we're learning that he's going to use it to call the wolf to the castle up here. And I've got to say it again, I can't not. I do love how the game is so vertical, how you're encouraged to explore, and the game wants you to ascend this castle. And there are so many different ways to do it, and they've created a traversal method that really, really encourages that sort of playing. But what we're going to do now is we're going to swing to the reservoir. We're going to kill all the bosses in that particular area, and it's going to give us access to another area of the game that I really, really enjoy. And I reckon in the half hour I've got before I finish up, we should be able to work our way through. But, so you've come through the gateway, you can go right, work your way through and save the merchant, which I'll do at some point. You can go left, which takes us to this doorway here. So it's always worth opening these two doors up. This doorway gives us access to the easternmost side of the westernmost side of the castle, and allows us to ascend upward that way. But if you come here and hang a left and drop down this hole, what you end up finding yourself at is the Ashina Reservoir, and probably another place I'm gonna die quite a few times. But we'll heal up here. We'll eavesdrop these next two guards. So we've kind of got a pretty fun implication here that since the previous evening and Sekiro being imprisoned, suddenly all of these soldiers are passing around rumors that the Shinobi is now active, and he's working his way around Ashina, which is setting their nerves on edge. It's telling them that a war is definitely on the horizon. So I could go down there, fight the two dogs and these two guys, but you can, like just every enemy in the game, just ignore them if you really want to. Because if you hang a left here, you can see that this is the original area of the game. But you want to hang a left here, jump off here, work our way over here, hang a left here, kill this guy. And here, you might recognize, is the prison where we started. And we have this guy here, and his story is pretty tragic as well. But let's have a listen. So we can have a chat with him. This particular individual has two different quest lines that you can follow. I'm just going to follow his canon one, I guess, to start with, just because it's a pretty cool story.
さては忍び衆でござるか。
任せる。
これはご無礼を。忍び衆ならばさもあろう。これ以上司祭は聞きませぬぞ。
So we can ask him what he was doing crouching over the prison. What was it that drew his attention?
時に忍び殿、この辺りで三味線の音を聞いておられるか。音をたどってきたところ、この井戸穴に行き当たったのでござる。
So a shamisen is kind of like a lute, and it's a very melodic sort of instrument that is found in Japan, obviously. And Jinzemon here has been drawn by its ghostly tune, and we have to be honest with him, we haven't heard it.
そうでござるか。忍び衆ならば、もしや心当たりがと思うたが。あの調べは誰を呼んでおったのか。なぜだか無性に気にかかる。いや、何でもござらん。忘れてくだされ。
So now we've got Jinzemon, who is passionately obsessed with finding the source of this melody, and his journey will take him quite a distance, and we'll meet him a few more times along the path. But to begin with, we can return to the prison from whence we came, which most players do. I did the first time I played it, but then I realized that there was actually an enemy in here, and if you head toward the back here and look down through this hole, you can see him. It's another one of those longswordsmen, the men of the ministry, and he's here investigating the disappearance of the shinobi. So you can get a stealth death blow on him this way, and I mean, it's something you can do, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop down and I'm going to eavesdrop on him. I should still be able to get a stealth death blow anyway, but either way, like, I'll either die from this and I'll have to redo the fight with a stealth death blow or not. So let's just drop down. Stealth. You can actually talk to the guy. Whoops. I whiffed a few there. Can't see. The camera got me there. That was fair though. And now we get the cutscene that you usually experience after you've died more than a few times. You learn about something else. So now Rot Essence is around. So Rot Essence appears the more you die. Basically, everybody around you, all of the NPCs, begin to become infected by this rot. And the story reason behind it is very, very interesting. But it also reveals a couple of pretty important tidbits when it comes to the story. So, Rot Essence Sculptor. Somewhere, a pained cough rings out continuously. The man who coughs zealously sculpts statues of Buddha to avoid being consumed by the building flames. Owning this item reduces one's chances of receiving unseen aid. Rot Essence Crow Mob. Somewhere, a pained cough rings out continuously. The coughing and wheezing sounds of a man who takes great pride in memorializing the dead. He holds service somewhere in Ashina outskirts. Owning this item reduces one's chances of receiving unseen aid. So, Dragon Rot. The more one with the power of the dragon's heritage dies, the more a sickness known as Dragon Rot spreads throughout the world. Dragon Rot is not caused by resurrection. It has a chance to occur only when the wolf truly dies, repeatedly. The more rot essence wolf has, the lower the chances of receiving unseen aid. So basically, this is an example of how having the dragon's heritage has its consequences. There is a way to cure them all, and I'm about to discuss things with Emma to get that to happen. And I was fortunate that I got Rot Essence for 2 characters. As in a previous playthrough, I only had the sculptor get it, and you can't actually cure it if only one person has it. So let's have a chat with Emma. Get this quest done. Go. So at this point she doesn't know how to cure it, but what we're going to do is we're going to head down and rest at the idol, and what that idol is going to do is it's going to move her location to closer to the sculptor and push this quest forward a little bit. So we'll head back in, we'll hear this conversation.
流害にかかったものが入った血の塊。それがもっとあればより詳しい調べもできます。
流害にかかったもので当たってみる。
お願いします。
Right, so basically we've got our second part of this quest. We're going to go and see the memorial mob and collect some blood from them so that we can get this cured and everything go back to normal. But another thing we can do...
お前さん来たのか。賑やかな答え。
Another thing we can do, because there are two characters present here, is... And this is going to come in pretty important later on in this particular ending, is if you hug the wall here, you can actually eavesdrop on them. Right, so we learn a bit more about both Emma and the sculptor. So what we're going to do now is we're going to head back to the outskirts. We're going to have a chat with the memorial mob. Travel. And we're going to collect some blood for Emma. So head down this way. Run over here. Drop down. Drop down. Kill this guy. The last thing I need is cannons raining down on me while I'm trying to do stuff. So I think we'll cover another pretty interesting bit of lore that I don't think I touched on before, but there is a place called the Sunken Valley. The Sunken Valley is occupied by a clan. The clan uses assorted poisons, and one of the items that can drop from those who can be found in the Sunken Valley are antidote powders. So, as the item description explains, magnetite deposits are found in the Sunken Valley, and the place is dangerously toxic. Antidote powder is essential for anyone attempting to mine the ore. If I go back to this guy, and I know you can't really see him, but you can see that they're bound by extensive wrappings, and this is to conceal what they actually are, and you learn later the truth of their existence, and it's pretty interesting, to say the least. But we'll head back across here. We'll be heading to the Sunken Valley soon enough. We'll run over this way. Yoink. We'll head up here. And we'll have a chat with this guy. Okay, so we're just going to collect the blood sample here and then head back to the temple. So now we have the dragon rot blood sample. A blood sample of a dragon rot victim contains stagnated blood. Emma can use this to find a cure for dragon rot. So what we'll do now is we'll hop back to the temple. We'll get this quest finished. And after that, where I'm up to. Right. We probably only have time to finish this particular sequence. So we'll offer her the dragon rot blood sample. So what you do now is just rest again, and it'll move the quest forward another step. So basically Emma has told you that the more times you die, they're basically drawing the life essence from characters around you, and that you need to offer the dragon's blood droplet to heal those who have been affected by the dragon rot. So she gifts you one of these, and it says, restore the power of life to those who have been drained of it by offering this drop to the sculptor's idol with the recovery charm in hand. In turn, all afflicted with the dragon rot will be healed. The incessant coughing must cease. So the implication is that this is effectively blood magic. The dragon's heritage uses up the natural magic that the blood possesses, and then when it's got no more to draw from, which explains why Sekiro has the necrotizing skin on his face, is that the blood loses its ability to provide life, and it must then draw that power from somewhere else. And it just so happens the only people nearby are the NPCs who are close to Sekiro or have interacted with him in the past. So we've just gained the dragon's blood droplet and the recovery charm, a dragon rot recovery charm created by Emma. With this charm, one can offer a dragon's blood droplet at a sculptor's idol to restore all afflicted with dragon rot back to health. The charm contains a dragon rot victim's blood, which Emma managed to purify and solidify into a bloodstone. So now that we have this, so this tutorial window basically explains everything that Emma just did, and provided you have dragon blood droplets, you can restore those afflicted to full health. So if we head back to the idol, you now have dragon rot restoration available. So if you head down to there, you can restore all those afflicted. And this also has the effect of the unseen aid going back to its default level. So now that we've got that sorted, we can head back to where we died previously, which was the reservoir and the longswordsman. So I'm thinking, based on the time that it is right now, I will defeat this longswordsman, and then that'll probably have to be the end of this stream. Alright, so we'll head back, we'll kill this guy. Which is usually like that, except I wanted to listen to the dialogue that he had to give prior to this. So this longswordsman has dropped some scrap magnetite. So magnetic ore mined in Ashina. Base material commonly used in prosthetic tool upgrades of intermediate and higher rank. Forging with magnetite produces a hard steel, a precious commodity in Ashina. Bedrock offering up this ore is constantly mined out, making it a rare one at that. And he also offers us a parry. And gives us access to the well that we could access before. And that takes us to one of my favorite areas of the game, if I'm going to be completely honest. But we won't go down there right now. What we're going to do, since I still have time, is we're going to head to the Moonview Tower and its new occupant, and we're going to defeat him. So we'll head back this way. And much like the beginning of the game, we're just going to skip past all of these guys here. We will have to come back to this doorway shortly, but it's not overly important right now. We'll kill this guy here. Okay, so the gentleman who's taken occupancy of the Moonview Tower at the moment is one of the Seven Spears warriors of the Ashina, and is widely recognized as one of the more difficult boss tier enemies in the game. So if we sneak through here, we can actually have a chat with a vision of Kuro again. We also learn a little bit about Kuro and how he doesn't quite understand why he's got the dragon's heritage. So what we'll do here though is we'll sneak down here and see this big lad with this big spear, widely recognized as one of the tougher enemies in the game. So we'll creep down here and we'll get a free backstab on him. Excuse me. Nope. Sweet. I'm in a tree. Just spam the attack, why don't you? And dead. Really not that difficult when you think about it. Like, here's a challenge, obviously. And I've only got the benefit of having fought him dozens of times in the 3 or so years that I played this game. But every enemy in the game has very easily baited sort of reactions to how you fight them. And when you find those AI patterns that they have to follow, becomes a very, very easy sort of way of beating the boss. But we got this guy now, and what we're going to do is teleport back to the temple, and I think we will call it there. I want to thank everybody for dropping by and watching the gameplay. Next time we are going to explore Senpou Temple. We're going to explore the changes that actually happen in the game if you visit Senpou Temple before you head up to see Genichiro, because there are a few minor changes, but we'll explore that in the next stream. So I want to thank everybody who stopped by and had a view, and I will see you all next Monday. Thanks for coming.